Spirit. Uh, Good morning, guys. I hope you all had a very good night. Sleep. So, let's continue from where we left. Yeah. So right now, as you can see, NZD/USD price has made a lower low here in the forward time frame. This is what's happening in the daily time. And I remember telling you yesterday that just adding these two make it balance, but I know that it already reached my take profit. Okay. And if you can come back here, we sell. uh, but right now, you can see price is still selling. Uh, this means that we still have a long way to go. Okay. Mm. Oh, we'll still wait for price to come back here, and then we can call this. Okay. Oh, it's funny. It's that through all my waitings, people have been actually selling this and making money. Oh, uh, this the one now. Uh, the people might have sold at this point based off this impulsive break. Mm, there are a lot of people sold. Okay. Uh, but I'm just trying to tell you that in the markets, there are many ways they make profit. Okay? So just choose your way. So, for us now, what we have to wait for is price to start buying above this level. And price to reach this one here. Then price can test, can shift. So, so, sorry, I like it too. But that's the only thing we can do. Is that's what price come back here. Okay. Um, the next pair we have is 0 CHF, USD CHF. Mm, we are waiting for retest here. So, if I can ask you, what would make you think this retest is likely to happen? because of the way this daily opened. You see, with no wick here. So this means there's a still chance that this daily can shift from buying to a selling daily candle. Okay? For the next candle can come and move off this daily. Why? Because of this kind of break and close. Okay? Uh, and I think I told you this some time back, that if you just see a candle without the wicks, price will come and feel it, you see? So if you're looking for buy here, it should give you the confidence that price will buy because it has to fill this wick here. You see? Mm. Next is the forward time frame. Remember what I told you that the good part is because it was at this level yesterday here. So I was telling you that mm, when price retests like in this way, the the 4 will be bullish, the day is bullish, and the 8 is bullish. Okay? Meaning even if the daily holds, when you enter or buy here, our stop should be at this level here. You see? But now something good has happened. The power has made a new high. You see? How? Price took out this high, made this new high. So this is the structure. Okay? And then let's show you. This is the structure we have. Okay? And we want the retest at this point, meaning when price starts to retest, to go bearish. How? But it will take out this higher low. You see? When it takes out this higher low, it becomes bearish. So it will be making higher, lower highs and lower lows. Hmm? So now, and at this OG level, interesting, we want price to now buy. Okay? Meaning price has to make a lower low, then shift it and retest, then buy. it before time frame. But in the daily time frame, you see, all we need is just a straight retest, a holding bullish candle. That's all. You see? So how will that holding bullish candle form? It will form at the same time the 4 hour gets its what? Its shift. That's the good part. Yeah. And then you can buy. It works out that take profit. So take profit. But the good part is we try to reduce our stop loss as much as we can. So if the high low is closer, maybe it will even be this way. You see? So that's what we are waiting for this plan. Yeah. Mhm. This is an example of my strategy. You see? Yeah. Price we test this level, you see? This point, test the daily holds, pulls back, and it sells. You see? Same time you see what happened in the 4 hour time frame. Oh, yeah, dude. Early January. No, I didn't take this, I just speculated it. Yeah, didn't enter it. But this is an example. Okay. Anyway, the next we have is UAD card. Okay. But I was telling you yesterday about this pair. Huh? Telling you, you need the daily to go bullish, you see? Yeah, which is what it's doing now. Yeah, And when it goes bullish, that's the test at this level. Then you can buy. Okay. But in the 4 hour time frame, I told you something interesting will happen also. The 4 hour time frame will have a new high, a new high low. You see, as you can see here. Meaning if today close bullish, uh, when price starts retesting, the 4 hour will be bearish. You see, okay. Meaning when we're at this OG level, we don't have to worry about this price action. Okay. All we just have to worry about is price shifting this level and breaking above, then we can buy. At the same time, the day you have what we always say, the whole game candlestick. This is now easier, okay? Rather than if price just shows to retest, or if the day was already bullish and we had a deep retest, it's hard to buy. Okay. So this is your stop loss. And if and your G level is at this point. I see. So this would have been a bit difficult. Mm. The next thing is no, it's not in here. This where it's clean and straightforward. Oh, I also told you this is a very nice pattern. Let me show you. This is oh, you've seen this pattern. Whenever price makes this pattern here, it's a sign that price wants to buy. Okay, this sign. This is also my entry signal, by the way. This type of pattern. See, the middle pattern can be a doji, can be a pin bar, can be an indecision candle. Okay. Uh, this can even be a red candle, but this has to be green. So example here. See? And when you see something like this, that is about that. So now look at what's happening, what has happened here. If I do this, see this pattern here. And this is the weekly time frame. We all know they are the time frame, they are the impact. Okay. Uh, so this means that we should expect upward movement because of this move. See? And it started from this point here, you see? Even if it came back, still price has moved up. Okay. Wait price to continue buying. But it won't just buy, it needs a level where people want to buy from. You see? This is where now we come in as traders upon seeing what the markets wants to do, okay? So then came this analysis of, okay, let's wait for a small pullback, then you can buy, okay? The daily also agreed, all right, you can come back here a bit and then buy. See? So that's it for this pair. Now just wait for a test at this point. The next thing is Euro USD. Interesting, the price has started with a bearish move. Which is a bit bad. But nevertheless, you've seen this kind of candlestick we have. This should mean that soon price will be buying to this level. Soon. Okay? By the way, this is just what's this? Like not been London open yet. I think Asian just is it Asian Sydney? Let's check the sessions. Hmm. Join still. Oh, okay, now we'll see it for me. Mm, so you can see this is London, this is New York, and it closes. So if you've noticed before London opens here, we are first in Tokyo by an Asian session. See? So now we're in Asian session. So price still has a long way to go. Okay. You have a long way to go. And this is just Monday. Hmm. So we just wait for price, come back here, and then we can sell. I already explained the analysis for this pair yesterday. Uh, so the last one is NZD card. Hmm. We are still waiting for price to break above here. You see? Then we can get the buy. I explained to you the analysis yesterday also. Um, this one can play it both sides because price sell buys from here will be fine. Price buys from here will be fine. All I'm looking for is for 4 hour to shift. Okay? And for me, I really believe price will come back here. Price will come back here. Okay. When it comes back, take the action of buying. Uh, I think that's it. You know, I was actually It's maybe thinking we might have a very strong opening because of the straits being closed again. Okay. Uh, because the Iran war and US wars, the Iran US war, they just keep on going back and forth with each other. So, and the weekend, that's when the Iran decided to close the straits again after they just opened them last week. Okay. Let's see how my friend reacted. Well, my friend seems not to be affected as well. Oh, you can see that he was even buying a bit. You see? But today things seem to be quiet. Uh, things seem to be quiet and friendly. But anyway, Bitcoin, don't think we've forgotten about our plan. Uh-huh. This one, the trend is bearish, but I don't know why this pair never gives me an entry, but it will. Just a matter of time. That's it for now. And you can see the pairs I tried to avoid for next week. Look at this kind of rejection. Mm, Already, it's not even Monday. It's not even London. This is where price is. That's why I gave it one more week. This one, I also gave it one more week for a full test. This one, uh, I chose to just watch if either price will buy or still sell because the buying range was so small. This one, I gave it one more uh, week for a full rejection. This one, look at what's happening. I've still given it one more week to really show me what it wants to do. Because this pair is so undecided, very much, very much. Uh, so how do we go about this? We just wait for these. These are not ready at all. So I'll see you in the next session, okay? Take care. Uh, Welcome back, guys. Let me show you how hot it is. Look how hot it is, wow, 30 degrees. It's very hot. Uh, so this is the results we're having now and the pairs we're interested in. Uh, as you can see, uh, this is NZD card. And I remember telling you we are still okay with price retesting this level here. Why? Because this is also buying point. How? If you look at this level here, for you who didn't get it clearly, this is a higher low, higher high, and this is a an OG level, but this is the intermediate point we had before price made the new higher high. Okay, this was our last. How can we make this? This became a higher low when price made broke above this level, you see? So when price retested this point, because the first buy was supposed to occur at this point, but price didn't give in, price rejected. And then price came back and broke below. So when price broke below, uh, the thing is, price should make its buy here, okay? And uh, uh, so when price broke below, if you remember in my forward time frame, what I used to teach you is if we break below and we are looking for buys, wait for price to come back up. See this higher low, okay, and then we test it, you see, and then buy it. But what happened was price broke below again. You see, so since price broke below again, we needed price to retest back at this point again. You see, but what happened was price started heading for this other higher high. Okay. So here this is where we now said, okay, if price wants to buy from this level, uh, let's give it a chance. If price breaks above the higher high, we'll get the buy. Okay. Because this is where the 4 hour lower high was, and this was the lower low. And what ended up happening was price never broke above this level. You see? And since price never broke above this level, uh, we were supposed to wait for uh we were supposed to wait for that break, but then price started going down. And on a Thursday, we almost got this break, you see? And at this point, I was ready to buy, you see? Because this is how the market was looking. Yeah. See, if we had this close, this is how the market would have closed. Uh, like this, you see? And this, there's no way I can't buy this. But what happened was, uh, price ended up going selling on a Friday and rejecting on the Thursday. You see? So now on a Monday, price is almost retesting back uh to this level here. You see? Which is fine. Because if we test this level, fine, we'll be waiting for a daily what? Engulfing. Just the same way in the 4 hour time frame. When price retest this level, we would wait for that daily engulfing. You see? So in this case, we just wait for price to, if it here it can do anything. Price can close with the uh bearish close here, or price can close with the bullish close here. Okay? Uh then what can we do in this case? This means that when we're at this point and we have a bearish close, a bullish close, sorry, or we are at this point and we have this bullish close, we can buy, okay? Provided what? The 4 hour is bullish, okay? And in this case, you can see that if at all this new 4 hour time frame makes another lower low, this will be the new structure. This will be our new lower high. And this will be our new lower low. Okay? Meaning, if I want to buy, I should wait for price to take out this higher high, lower high, and then buy. And I can't buy here because it's not my OG level, you see? Meaning, the the 4 hour might make another lower low in a shift, then a retest, and then that entry signal. Okay? And when we get that, uh when we get that, we will get the daily holding candle we want, you see? And then we can buy from this level. Okay? Uh but we'll be very much cautious when we're at this point. Because I can only buy at this point. I can't buy at this level here. Because it's so close. This OG level is closer to uh my higher low. Okay? So in this way, price only has to give us an entry here or at this point. Okay. But what I would love the most is if price can just close with a very strong bullish candle. That would be very nice. Uh, so that's what we have in NZD card. Euro USD. Uh, like I was telling you, because of this weak candlestick formation, I'm still confident that price will test this level. Okay, and this pin bar. So we'll just wait and see what really happens. And as you can see right now, the forward time frame is it's kind of having that aggression to push market up. You see? Uh so that's that's how we'll go about it. If you remember, we've been waiting for this trade a long time. I think we should update this. So for oil bearish. Uh, so if you look at this, the last trade we took was uh on the 30th of May is when we came out. And if I only held also, I'd have made my 1 to 3. But at this point is when I love 1 to 2 is that's the only thing I cared about. All these we are seeing 1 to 3s, and then out of this one has a lot of story in it. My goal was wanting price to reach this level. I was so greedy, and then price has reversed on me. And I could have closed at this level. This one, uh, this one, this trade made me. Yeah, this trade made me. And you can see how much it took for me to buy take any trade from November till the next year, March. You see? So all this period, I was trading other pairs. You see? Because there was nothing interesting in this pair. Okay? Uh, let's see how we enter this. See how we enter this. This is what I like, you see? The daily was holding as you saw, and then the 4 hour broke, and by breaking below, it left what? A potential lower high, and then it made the lower low. You see? And when it broke below, it retested, gave me an engulfing, you see? And then we entered Here, the same thing the daily was holding, for shifted at this level, broke below, tested, do this is the level, yeah, this should be the level. Uh, this one, how did I enter? Oh, this one I entered based off this, uh, there has to be something I saw in the lower time frame, okay? Uh, yeah, but you can see price almost stopped us out, almost. And I remember every feeling when price was here. I remember every feeling here. And I remember when price was at this point. So that's the beauty of the markets. It's a journey, guys. Okay. And now you can see this is when we're trying to catch a trade since last year. So what do we do? We uh we expect price to now retest here and then give us a perfect entry. Okay? In these cases, what happens is price breaks and makes a new high and then shifts it and then sell. This is what Euro USD mostly does because it's meant for perfect entries. You see, too perfecto, that's what I call it because it's always giving perfect entries. When it's just ready to give, it gives perfect entries. Okay. So, next thing is AD card. What do we have here? Price has retested, you see? But the thing is, the daily is still bearish, my friend. You see, let's try to zoom in first. Actually, it's even more bearish. You see, trust me, in the market, that small difference would cost the almost. uh, so this is the situation. So I can't really do anything until the daily goes bullish. And trust me, just because this one hasn't gone bullish, price can come in this level, give you your 4 hour entry, and then take you out. Okay? This is guaranteed to happen because everything is not correct. If this trade buys after the 4 hour gives you the engulfing, that wasn't a correct trade. Okay? It will only become a correct trade when the daily is taken out and then price comes back here. Okay? Trust me, I've learned this. I tried taking B setup, C setup trades where only two time frames are in the same direction, or sometimes even one. Sometimes when you win, so now look how the mind works. When you win, you say, oh, I can beat the market actually. I can deliver, I can deliver my work at the highest level. I can uh I can get my highest return when I want to. You see? Because you took a wrong trade and you won. But the next time, when you take that same wrong trade and you lose, you ask yourself, why did I take this wrong trade? I knew I was going against the trend. You see? So take a trade when everything is okay. Yes, everything might not be okay, but make sure at least the trend is in line in that direction, okay? Maybe the entry might not be okay, that's fine. Uh, that won't haunt you in your bed when you lose, okay? But what will haunt you is when you knew what you're supposed to do, but you didn't do it, okay? So in this case, we do nothing, okay? We do nothing at all. We do nothing at all. And the market hasn't yet closed, you know. This can easily change and buy. Okay? So just wait. Just give it time. But you can see the weekly time frame. This is very clean. Uh, what would have made things easier if last week we made this high. Okay? But still it's still fine. Either today we can close with a bearish candle. We wait for price to buy above. And then we just wait for price to retest. And then the normal procedure. And then we can buy. Okay? Uh so the next thing we have is and this can end up being a very long trade up to this point here. Okay. So we'll be paying a closer attention to this pair in next week. Um, the next thing is USD Oh, USD Very sneaky, this pair. Very sneaky. Mm, So what we can do now is uh, we'll we'll wait for a retest here and then buy. This is you see this is all we need. But the market has to do its thing first. That's something you should all get used to. But the market should do its thing, then give you what you want. Okay? Uh, in the USD pair, you can see the daily is clean. 4 time frame is also okay. I like how we had this pin bar rejection of this level. Uh, so the only question is how many days will it take for price to reach this level? Okay. Because that's the only thing I was saying. I need to wait for the market to do its thing. Okay. Uh, if we get that through 2 days, we are lucky and we'll rejoice. We'll catch a trade at least before this month ends. Otherwise, this is the first week of the month with no trade at all. Mm, anyway, so when price decides to start retesting, this is our no, this is our high. Most of you would say, how is this a high low? But there is an angle here, if you can see. There is space here. This is the structure. Okay? It's different with what's here. Or what's where. Uh, or what's here. Or what's here. So we just wait for price to break below. And then we wait for the retest at this point. And then we wait for that buy this point. The last one is and I also like the weekly how it's looking. It's clean. Is this one. Having something. Uh this is the weekly time frame and we want to sell. Trust me, If this wasn't if it wasn't for this Iran US war, would have got a lot of nice trades this month. Okay. Uh, but the news was just making everything bad. Okay. Uh, the next thing is this is a lower high, lower low, and the daily time frame. So we need price to come back here. Okay. So if price come back here, then we can decide. But if the daily closes below this level, uh, this pair will be a hard time for this week, maybe next month. Okay. Uh, I like the 4 hour though, where if price finally breaks above, we'll be making higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, that break below now. And then we can sell. You see? So that's how we can approach NZD USD with its sneaky ways. But the good part is we're having big progress, you know, just before they're trying to engulf here and there, you see. But we still have more like 3 hours to go to see how the 4 hour closes. Uh, then the next thing, let me check on my friend. Nothing. So uh ZAR USD. Uh you see what I was saying, price most of the time is likely to buy when you see such price action. Look at this price action and therefore price is mostly likely to buy above. Uh Now this is GP card. All I need is just a nice daily retest here, and it knows that's what it should do. That's why it's rejecting. Okay, but it will retest soon. Okay, because if this was against you, this is what's happening. This was against US dollar. This is what's happening. Mm. And against card, price is a bit rejecting the level. But trust me, we'll have a retest. For this one, still need my retest there. Euro card. Oh, nice retest. We'll see how it reacts at the level. Uh, AUDNZD. I like the reaction. This can be a very nice break. Then 4 hour until we are below this level, then we can sell. I just don't want this to happen when I'm not trading the pair. For this pair, I'm not yet convinced at any of its tricks. Okay? Because the only 4 hour higher low I know is this one. So how can I sell this trade? Only if I'm below this level. You see? So uh we'll wait and see how the 4 hour responds at this OG level. If it ends up making a high and then shifts at this point, that would be a very nice sell. But for now, we're just watching it. So that's it for this session. And I'll see you around 4 p.m. Take care, guys. Uh, Welcome back, guys. So, this is NZD card. This is NZD card and New York session. Okay. So it seems like price failed to engulf, and then price ended up dropping. This is what we got. Okay. So what can you do in this situation? There's nothing we can do. Okay. Rather than we're still waiting. Because the greatest mistake we can do now is the greatest mistake we can do now is forcing a buy. Uh Now this is the lower low. You see? And this is the lower high. So if price decides to break above here, uh, that is not a trade we can take. Okay. Why? First of all, we all know that this is not an OG level here. Uh, we have to wait for price to be either within this level or within this level. Okay. That's when we can buy. Mm, but in this case, what I'm seeing is price is most likely to do what we're talking about in the morning, where price makes a new lower low and a lower high, and then another lower low, and then we get a shift. You see? You see? So this means when we get this shift from here, this is a legit buy, and we can take that buy. Okay. What next do we have? Remember at first we wanted price to be in this zone, but it looks like price wants to test here on the daily time frame, and then gives you the daily engulf in here. Okay. And once we just get the daily engulf in here, you'll see how much price we buy fast all the way up here. Okay. The only challenging part was the only challenging part is timing where the buy will happen from. Okay. And the buy can only happen either at this point or at that point. You see? That's the good leakage we have. Uh, so how do we go about this thing? For me, this looks like a Monday where price either tests here or price closes the decision candle or price rejects and closes with a bullish candle. Uh-huh. Uh, but all that will be determined towards the uh this same 4 hour candle close because it's the one that starts the push, the New York session. Okay. Uh, a candle from 9 to 1 p.m. shows the direction of the market. Okay. Then the other one from 1 to 8 to 7 p.m. 5 p.m. just finishes up most of the time. So that's what we are going to look for and expect. Okay. So the next we have is pure UST. The daily hasn't yet started retesting. So there is nothing we can also do. Alright? Don't worry about these boring days, you know. No, people quit the moment price, moment price, uh, the moment they get their breakthrough, then they quit. So you see, we also have a very nice run of trades, the same way most of these are missing us. Okay? Because it's not by choice, but it's by how the markets are moving. You see? And you can't control the market, just adapt. Okay? The next thing is the next thing is in this case, it's just waiting. Like I'm also telling you, the 4 hour time frame will decide. This same new 4 hour time frame, this open. If it closes bearish, we are likely to have a bearish close today. Okay? Uh, but for me, that's even better. Okay? Because if price closes bearish and it breaks below this level, what does this mean? That will be bearish on the 4 hour time frame. You see? And this will be our lower high, and this will be our lower low. You see? Uh, so what does that mean then? Uh, we'll make a lower low. This means that the moment price will test this level, uh, we don't have to worry about this position. You see? Because price will be bullish. That's what I was saying. That's why I call this pair a very perfect pair. It always gives you a spottage. Yeah. So when it does this, the 4 hour will be bearish, will be bullish. So then I'll just wait for a 4 hour shift here. You see? Simple. And the daily holding here. And then we can sell. See? Because right now, if you are to get this retest, this is our lower high and this is our lower low, you see? And I told you that such buys, sales are hard or buys to take. Okay? Because price is at the risk of changing its structure. Uh-huh. Uh, so this is what to wait for price to do. So either the daily decides to close bearish, uh, Uh, if that the day they decides to close bearish, all I know is we'll sell. You see? And I don't have to feel sad about it. Okay? Uh, the next thing is here we have everything. Uh, we've covered it, you know. Next thing is AUD cards. Uh, I like how the 4 is kind of rejecting now. Uh, remember, all we need is price to close above this level today. Okay. And if the 4 can have this nice close, I can guarantee you the last 4 candle can give us that break. Okay. Then we can start waiting for our retest. Uh, so for now, all we can wait for is the daily to go bullish. Uh, yeah, everything here is fine. I'm telling you, if this was the Biden markets or the markets for last year, oh, you would have seen my strategy at work so bad. Okay, but if you can just endure with me this period of uh price is just a bit slow, you can just endure with me. You can just endure with me. I can guarantee you will see how much we reap from this. I think there's nothing we can add on here. Yeah, rather than just waiting for that retest. Uh Next is USD So even this one is still the same thing. We need price to start selling. Uh still the same thing in everything. NZD USD. This one, if price can't come back up here today, there's a high chance price will just be selling. Okay. And we'll miss out on this sale. And remember, I told you that if we sell, the price is most likely to reach this level. Okay. Uh, I want to show you something that happened. Because all these right now still the same thing. Look at this pair. That's why I call it kind of flash. It it just moves. It just moves. Yes, it's been bearish, but there was no sign of a sell here. That was the last 4 hour low, higher low, and 4 hour higher high. You see? So it needed to take out this low in order to sell and see what it has done in 1 4 hour candle. It's now bearish. So meaning now you can sell when price is at this level. Because this is the OG level that led to this sell-off. You see? But this pair is confusing sometimes. But that's why I always tell you that the good part of this pair is if you catch that direction in your way, if that direction just goes in your way, you will enjoy. Because this is a day, one daily candle. That's it. What wouldn't make you to hold for another extra day if you see this daily close? That's it. Uh, but to approach this trade wisely, uh, next week, uh, we can, we'll just see what structure the price will make, within this zone here, within this level. Because now the 4 hour is bearish, okay? So we'll just see the kind of structure, uh, the candle, the chart, what the pair will make. The next thing is AUD card. Still waiting for that. Euro card seems to retest the level. So let's see if price actually gives that perfect retest. Because right now it seems as if it wants to break below. AUD, JPY. We need price to retest this level. GPP card, look what price has done. Price is back up. That's why I avoided this pair. You see? Because I saw how the weekly closed. Yeah. uh anyway, this is what we have for now. And we'll see how price will react. Till the next session. My friend has dropped now. Uh, but I expect him to make a new lower high at this OG level in the lower. So with that said, thank you guys, and I hope to see you in the last session of real movement at 8 p.m. Okay, take care of yourself and don't give up. Don't ever give up. Come back, guys. So as you can see, this is 8 p.m. almost 9. I decided to just give you an update because there's really nothing that has happened. And if I was to make a video, I'll just be talking about the same thing. You can see price has sold more. As you can see, price has bought more. As you can see, price sold more as well. Price to wanted price to close bullish here. Still do that for us. So this is a sign that the time price will engulf the daily time frame. Price is not most likely to retest this level. Okay. We'll see what happens. Euro USD, you can see price sold more. Like I told you, it's going to make a new lower low. So we're still waiting for a test here. NCT card price has finally retested this level. What does this mean? If you want to buy from this level, price has to make a new lower high and a new lower low. Okay. So the more the 4 hour is dropping, the more the lower low should be. Okay. So if the 4 hour ends up closing at this point, we should expect the new low to be below this level. And then not shift and then buy. But in all, price has done nothing. That's why I just watched it and didn't make the video. But in the whole time I was observing, sent away from the market. Okay? Because if I make the video, it would be like the previous one. So that's it. And we'll meet at the close. Thank you guys. So let's close. And you can see according to NZD card, the daily has oversold our level, as you can see. And unfortunately, this means that if the day closes at this point, we have no option but to wait for price to break above and we test and we can buy. Okay? Uh, so what do we do next? Uh, we just wait. The only time we forget about this pair for temporarily is when if this daily time frame breaks below this level here, okay? Yeah. Mm, so, uh, then Euro USD, uh, it's doing what we wanted. Like I told you, we want the 4 hour to break below this level today. So why? So that it can come back at this point here. Okay? And then you can give me a sell. Okay? So I would love this to happen today. For AUD card, I'm no longer interested in this pair. Just at the moment though, because we have to wait for the daily to go bullish first. Okay? So that's what we'll be waiting for. USD CHF. Uh, we are supposed to wait for price to break below this level and start retesting. NZD USD. You can clearly see that this pair is out of our reach. Okay? And like I told you, I said that last week, if this pair sells, there's a high chance to reach this level. But we couldn't get an entry because of what happened. So NZD card and NZD USD, they are they are on questioning. Okay. Euro USD and USD CHF. I still have hope that we can retest back to this level. Mm. AUD card, I need price to break above this level and then it can retest. Okay? Yeah. Uh, so how do you go about this? There's nothing we can do today, and we can see that almost all the pairs have gone the opposite direction. So we'll see how tomorrow opens, okay? Because that's why I've been made this video short, because would have just spent the same next 20 minutes just discussing about the same thing that happened during the 8 p.m. session. See? Mm. So if I knew, I would have told you during the 4 hour open that uh, don't bother watching after this. And I told you that the 4 hour close will determine how the daily will close, these pairs. We can see there's happening. You see? Uh, GP card, still nothing. ADJPY, nothing yet. Uh, this is zero card. You see why I didn't mark this trade? Because I knew this will happen. Okay, you see what price has done? So when I pick trades, I use also my experience with the pair, not what I've learned. Okay. As this pair looked clean, but I knew I'll be buying based off the engulfing. Radiance did nothing. Uh, Your GBP price is almost even breaking its all-time low. So that's it for today. And have a good night. And don't forget to pray.